So the first big convention is coming back. If you know the name of the convention, shout it out in the comments below in this video. It's coming back in June, but that's a good thing, but we also have to talk about something that's not so good. We're going to talk about the hotel room occupancy numbers, which make no sense. These hotel occupancy numbers mean somebody might have been breaking the rules. We have to talk about air traffic in and out of Vegas, the reductions. It's not a good report when we talk about casino wins, and oh gosh, it's great. But you know what? Sometimes you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have Las Vegas's current state of affairs during coronavirus, also the facts of life. There you go. It's an 80s reference, kids. My name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. And why, pray tell, should you do that? Because I do videos every day on this channel. That's right, yeah. If it's not a live stream, Fridays and Saturday nights, and it looks like Sundays is our live stream day too, although that might change, and if it does, I'll tell you. Then it's a regular static video just like this, where we cover Vegas, we do news updates, analysis of everything, we do short films. If you guys love Vegas, you love travel, you like analysis, you like that kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. Okay, that's perfect. Leave us a comment below. If you're not coming to that first big event, and have you named it yet? The one that's happening in June, it's a big convention. What else are you coming out here for? What do you usually come out here for? What are you waiting for? You have a vaccine yet? You don't have a vaccine? You want to come out and wait till the face masks? You tell us in the comment below, wait till these are gone? I don't know. You guys want to support us further? You guys can hit up VegasFaceMask.com. You got to wear one when you go to a grocery store. Look, I don't care. You can lift the mask mandate. I think Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, they all require these things, so you got to wear them anyways, even if you don't have a mask mandate in place. Speaking of money, we're going to talk about the economy here. This is called Make It Rain. My wife makes these, 2 for $25. You buy one, you get one free essentially. So I have a bunch of stuff that I send you for free in terms of sports teams. VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end. The best 2 masks you'll ever need. They don't go around your ears, go around the back of your head. So actually very comfortable. Man, it's awesome. It's a great thing. We ship internationally too, by the way. Just get a quote from us on shipping, but ships free across the United States. All right, so yeah, we talk about a big convention that's returning. We're going to talk about the horrible stats of state of affairs when it comes to room rates and everything else. So we'll get to that convention in a minute. Have you guessed which one it is? Have you put that in the chats yet? Tell me about that. But hotel rooms, okay, let's start at hotel rooms. These are numbers that don't make any sense to me, some of them. Some of them would make sense, but we're going to compare February of 2020 versus February of 2021. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to compare January of 2021 to February of 2021 when we talk about hotel room occupancy in the Valley. We're talking about Las Vegas, 147,000 rooms all in Las Vegas. They had 42% occupancy in February, up 10% from January with 32%. This makes no sense to me. Somebody must have been breaking the rules on this one, my friends, because up until March 15th, we had a 35% capacity limit until, March 15th. Beginning March 15th, allowable capacity will increase from 35 to 50% for food and beverage establishments, gyms, gaming floors, and other recreational settings, large gatherings, allowable capacity, blah, 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 blah. So look, if you, maybe I'm wrong on this, but if you had a limit until March of 35%, maybe it's because we actually increased the limit in February. I'm not really sure. So I have to look into it. If you guys know the answer to that, if you work in the casino industry, did those room occupancies change in February and we didn't know it somehow? Because it should have been 35%. So that's actually a good increase, 10% more. But then we get to the airlines, movements in and out of McCarran International Airport. 3.9 million people in 2020 versus 1.6 million in 2021 for the month of February. That means that our reduction of overall airfare coming in and out was 58.2% reduction. Not good. And international traffic is even worse, 95% down when you compare February of 2020 to February of 2021. Makes no surprise to anybody watching this channel. Canadians are locked at home. People from England have to pay a 5,000 Great British Pound sterling fine if they want to try to leave the country. It's like 7,000 US dollars, nearly $10,000 Canadian, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, down 30 million people since the start of the pandemic for domestic air travel coming into the city. And unfortunately, it's going to sound and get worse when we look at casino wins. Wins on the Strip. This is just for the Strip, okay? A 41.55% reduction for the casinos raking in their dough. In 2020, we had $596 million won. In 2021 for February, same month, $348 million won. Downtown actually did much better. Well, I don't have the dollar amount stats for this, but downtown only saw a reduction of 7.12%. And I'm going to guess, and I'm going to put my best guess out there, that this is because downtown doesn't rely as heavily on table gaming. So if you look at downtown's numbers, they've always been a slot destination. That's not to say there are not table games. And question for you, when you gamble, where do you like to gamble? Do you like to gamble downtown Las Vegas? Do you think Fremont slots are looser? That's what I've always heard. Or do you guys go to the Strip? Now, if you're playing poker and stuff like that, you're not going to find a lot of that downtown. So that would make sense why downtown didn't do as badly as well. Downtown is going to account for places like Circa, which opened up giant sports books, which is going to be part of their take. So when you're looking at that, it does increase the take that the casinos make. Statewide overall, though, gaming revenues are down from February of 2021, from February of 2020, 25.93% in reduction. Laughlin getting hit particularly hard at a 30.81% reduction. Now, but that's going to make sense in a way. So hold on this, okay? Because here's the thing. Reno is actually recovering. Reno, Nevada is recovering faster than Las Vegas. It's actually being closer to California and big metro areas where people can drive in. For example, Sacramento, Northern California, and San Francisco are actually closer to Reno and Lake Tahoe than it is to Las Vegas, and Laughlin is even more isolated. Sure, Laughlin is closer to places in Arizona, but it's further away from California. It's a 4-hour drive to get here from Los Angeles. Laughlin, I don't think, is any closer. I think it might be further. Also, Laughlin relies heavily on people coming in and seeing concerts, less on gaming. So Laughlin has always been kind of big on having concerts and different activities. So Laughlin was hit really hard. One casino in Laughlin actually shut down entirely. I think it was the one that was shaped like a paddle boat. The name kind of eludes me. But that's the bad news right now. The good news is, and if you haven't guessed it yet, the big convention that is an okay to go, this was kind of slipped under the rug. Nobody saw it, at least I didn't see it 2 weeks ago. The World of Concrete Expo has been approved to return to Las Vegas. It's a big expo. It's going to be the very first expo that takes place, or convention that takes place, at the brand new convention center. It's 900 million square feet. It's like a million, no, 900 million square feet. $900 million expansion. Could you imagine? We have 1 billion square foot. That would be pretty big. The convention center in Vegas. Oh man, these early morning recording sessions are super great, aren't they? So $900 million expansion that they did. It's going to be the very first expo convention that takes place down there. It's going to be the christening. They're going to break a bottle of champagne somewhere, I'm sure. It's approved to return. It's June 8th to 10th. Up to 60,000 people are going to be in attendance. And we'll see how well that works out. Because, again, we don't know how many people are actually going to attend. That's just up to 60,000 people. That's just an impressive stat to throw around, right? But there's also going to be some things that happen between the here and now. I mean, you know, if the government swoops in and says, hey, you know what? We think the numbers are going terribly, and we saw a giant jump, and now our COVID positive test results are coming back at 30% or some ridiculous spike like that because they all look like that. Or if we start getting 500 to 1,000 cases a day, pray tell, I hope that never happens, then we're going to be looking at the fact that, yeah, that might even still be on the cancellation burner, which I hope doesn't happen. I mean, look, we have to have our conventions back. You know, Las Vegas is a huge business city, believe it or not. Some people during the whole entire shutdown pandemic were saying that conventions were dead forever, and that we're just going to be doing these virtual conventions online. But there is something to be said and had an experience when it comes to actually meeting people in person. And the thing about the conventions is that you can only do so much online, especially when international people are going to come back on board. Look, 95% reduction in international traffic. Yeah, but when people come in and they want to do business together, there's some things you cannot do on a Zoom call. And if you have to hack through language barriers with a person, it's a lot easier to do it in person. So international business benefits a great deal just by having the conventions open here in town, not to mention the fact that when the conventions are open, they actually fill important dead spots on the calendar. I've often said that the two smartest people in the world are the people that calculate your cell phone bill. Nowadays, it's not the cell phone bill, but you remember back in the day when they would sell you just enough minutes that you would go over, and then you'd have to buy a bigger plan, or else you'd have to pay an overage. Those people were smart. And the other people that are smart are the people that bring conventions into Vegas because they managed to fill up important gaps in the calendar and managed to keep the entire economy running and juiced nicely and make sure that everything is flowing over the course of the year. So that's some good news on the Concrete Expo, if pray tell it does come back and we have that coming in. Some bad news on all those other stats. What is the light at the end of the tunnel? Well, there is one. I mean, look, the fact is that these numbers here are not reflective of what has been happening in terms of improvements. This is just what I could find this morning as I woke up, fell out of bed, put a comb across my head, and then decided to come out and actually sit down and kind of freeform a video. I don't script these videos. I have some stats in front of me, but this has all just been me talking to you guys off the top of my head. So when we look at the overall numbers that have been laid out for us for the last 11 months, these are continuously an improvement as long as Sisolak hasn't reduced the capacity of the hotels and everything down to, from 50% to 35%. And I don't foresee that we're going to be reducing the capacity unless, like I said, an unforeseen circumstance comes and a wacky third or fourth wave hits us. And let's just hope that that doesn't happen and prepare for the best, because I really truly believe the city is going to blast off like nobody's business coming up here in the next year, and I'm glad that you guys are a part of it by watching the channel. So that's my video today, and I am sticking to it. Thank you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications if you want to support us. We have Patreon, where we've been posting up exclusive things, videos, video blogs, short clips that I kind of play around with when I'm doing some video editing, photos. You get your name in the credits. YouTube channel members get your name in the credits. You all get yourself a members-only live stream this Thursday, coming up on Thursday. So we will have that at 7 p.m. Thursday, Las Vegas time. It's just going to be a live stream chat for those people there. We also have VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end. Once again, this one's called Make It Rain, Baby, and it's actually one of our most popular ones. We're not restocking these fabrics, so you better get yours when the getting is good. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. I got to go. 3, 2, 1 click is what we do now. So are you ready? We go 3, 2, 1, look at the camera, and we say, should turn off my watch and mute everything before I do my video. Click!